Festival meeting to order. Jennifer?
Well, things are progressing, everything is going pretty well right now. We have, Main Street vendors are full, I'm just waiting on an application to get back. Our food vendor situation is we're waiting on, our pork barbecue guy to see, he's trying to work it out to where he can get back. So if he cannot get in, we have another pork barbecue, guy that we are kind of got on hold, so we're waiting on that, but other than that, food's doing good. Broadway, the 500 block, we only have 2 spots left, 600 box full, 700 is just one open, and then 800, we just have 16 vendors left, so we're doing fine. I mean, last year we had to open up the 900 block, and Rob and I talked about not opening that up, just once it's full, you know, because you get a lot of last minute people coming in that don't really have nice things, you know, it's more
Do you have any private property vendors that would be interested, you can refer those guys to instead of just
We
turning
have a
them?
list.
Yeah.
So you can refer them to,
We do,
you refer
yes.
those guys, if we fill up, you can refer them to a private vendor.
Yeah.
We kind of do that all year anyway, because a lot of those vendors have, they want different sizes. And
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I just hate to turn any away, because our spaces are full if we have someone discussing space to book.
Yeah, and we usually send them, if we do turn them away, like we had some food vendors that were way too big, you know, we always send them a rejection letter with, and then put some residence names on that.
Good.
So.
Okay.
Gatewoods they're coming back this year. They loved their spot last year, so they're gonna do 4 spots on Broadway again. Sponsors are, doing well as far as, we're still collecting money. We're still, you know, waiting on some checks there, but we've had some commitments. So, Riley Bush ended up doing 5,000 for us this year. So they will be the presenting sponsor on the phone app. We have one secondary sponsor on the phone app, which is, believe it or not, Fluid Waste. They wanted to do a sponsorship on the app. So, yeah. So I'm hoping to get another secondary sponsor though. So a lot of people have really been interested in it. Sent all the information out quite a bit. So.
Mark Harebrant called me, we'll talk about
Okay.
that
Okay.
tomorrow.
And then, let's see, Hamilton County Visitors Bureau did 1,500. Bex, of course, did 3,000. Endeavor did 800. Still waiting on merchants, first merchants, to see what they're coming up with. Riverview Health, it's like pulling the teeth. No. We sent over all this stuff the first of the year. They said they would do $100. I'm thinking, that's not very much, you know. So
Now,
we ended
are
up.
they the ones that were over by the Shelter House last year? Or am I thinking something else?
You must be thinking of something else.
Who sponsored the hospitality tent last year? Endeavor did, okay, Riverview didn't last year.
And Endeavor was actually gonna be a secondary sponsor, but then they ended up getting rid of their marketing department, so, so that cut out our big fifty there. But anyway, Riverview Health come back with $250. It's better than nothing, so. We did lose a little bit of sponsor money from Nickel Plate Arts because they decided not to do their grants this year. But she said when they decide to, you know, resume that, she would let us know. We're still under consideration for IU Health, which is Tiffin. And they came in today and they are doing like a clinic, and we talked to them about being in our public health and our public safety and health awareness area. So she was real interested in that. As far as the phone app goes, everything's going well with that. All this information, we just got to get it all gathered together and shipped over to them. They will start building the app. The app will be live 2 to 3 weeks before the festival. So as we get logos and everything situated there, information we'll be doing, you know, I'll get with you, Ryan, and you can give me the information that you want on that, you know, so. So that's, you know, so I'm really just waiting on information from people to get sent over there.
But Jennifer's being modest. because she has raised $16,132 this year already, so.
Wow.
So she's being very humble.
Now that Beck's sponsor, that's gonna still be on the trash boxes, is that correct?
Yes.
They want
For this year,
He was a little bit iffy.
did we tell you about that?
Uh-uh.
Yeah, we were like shocked.
Scott called, he wanted to get out of it.
Scott Beck?
Yeah, and so, I mean, we baked him a cake, as we say. And, he said that, you know, yeah, we just wanna keep costs down for our farmers and stuff, and I'm like, okay, you know, we understand, I said, but, you know, I said, I can go back on the emails, because he's like, you know, how did we set that up? And I pulled the emails up, and I said, we agreed on a 2-year, 3,000 for 2 years at a time, because we order all those boxes. And I said, we ordered them last year, and I pulled the invoice up and told him, and I'm like, but we completely understand, you know, we wanna have a good relationship with you, we know how it is to cut you know, and all of that. And he's like, no, you know, it's okay, we'll do it this year, but we don't know about next year.
Tell them to limit one of those flights out of that jet, and he'd pay more than $3,000 one trip.
I mean, it was weird.
That jet fuel will probably pay for more, it'd be more than that, just one trip.
It's just weird. But you know what, Rowdy Bush likes those trash boxes, because he's mentioned those before, so. you
Well,
know.
maybe you need to get Rowdy Bush to talk to Bex and let them know that they're really impressed and they're selling farm tractors and equipment. Maybe that'll,
Yeah.
yeah, let him know someone that's selling equipment like that to farmers might be.
There'll be some
Will help
business
with
out
us.
there that will want to,
Yeah,
'cause that's
'cause we-
great advertisement.
Yeah, because we've talked to Reynolds, you know, and they did $250 last year. But then we got a hold of him and was talking to him, and he's like, we have a new marketing director. He's like, you know, we can send tractors out there and stuff, and here we've been trying to get him to do that for the last, but we can't have him come in because Rowdy Bush is running all their equipment.
They
and
sell
stuff, so-
tractors and they're the title sponsor, so that would be kind of
So,
Yeah.
it really would be. So I haven't heard back from him, so we're waiting to hear from him. We have raised $600 from the vendors themselves. We, you know, give them an opportunity to do like a $50 sponsorship, just with their company name and their phone number. So, you know, a few have done that. So that's, you know, hopefully maybe that'll pick it up the next year. But Health Department, everything's ready to go over there. We're just waiting on the last food vendor to come in. We're talking about the old fire lot. We were really wanting to get like $1,000 out of that, you know, because that's a nice little space over there. The problem is, there's not a lot of frontage, you know, so if you go this way, you know. So we had a couple vendors from the park that they have some really nice things, and we was cutting them a deal and kind of working with them over there, but they have decided not to do that. So, but Verizon Wireless, they want to come, and they have a trailer that needs electricity, so we're gonna put them over there, and hopefully we can kind of get a little bit more money out of him. And then I don't know if we can stick a food vendor over there, or we're just kind of playing around with that area, so hopefully it'll be something nice. Public safety area, a lot of the individuals are coming back, so that I think is going to fill up nicely down there. Hamilton County TV will be here again. We got a hold of Tony Stewart. This is big thinking. I mean, we were thinking since this is his last year, he's going to retire, you know, we got a hold of them. But they want like $4,200 to bring one of his cars up here. A couple guys will stay with the vehicle, explain things, and they'll start it up, you know, kind of like that situation. But we ended up talking to a lady at 92.3. Does anybody listen to that? Do you?
Well, time.
Okay. Well, she knows somebody that knows Tony Stewart. It's kind of like that, you know, but I think she really wants a business. But,
She said to us,
yeah, she's going to see, this lady works at JD by Ryder. So she said that actually knows Tony Stewart. So she said maybe I could hook you up with something like that, so.
or maybe JD Byrider could sponsor that.
Yes, yes.
And have the car up there.
Have a car here. So, that would be cool. I think, you know, maybe that would attract some people. Kid Zone, soon find, I think we're gonna do some, the vendor wants to come in with a few carnival games. So if there's room, we're gonna stick him in there with that. Tents have been ordered, like for the, resting area over on Broadway. And we contacted all the news stations, so we're hoping to hear back from them.
They owe us.
Yeah, they owe Ron.
After this whole fire territory
Yeah.
thing, every single one of them, because I didn't want to go on camera, but I said, if I go on camera, promise me you'll come up and cover our festival.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Mrs. Crystal, yeah. So, now,
Email.
Sucker.
now that my report is not running, if somebody goes away in handcuffs and the news wants to talk to me about it, I'm like, I'm not saying anything.
If the right person goes away in handcuffs, I know you'll be the first one to call Toto. We'll all be standing in line for a chance to talk.
So anyway, that's, things are just kind of, we're wrapping things up. This will be what will be handed out to the vendors. Each one of them will have this in their booth to announce the phone app, so as people, shop, they can, text Atlanta. This will not be the number, we'll get the right number, but this is just kind of like an example, yeah.
I wonder what that picture thing was on there.
It's a phone?
Is it phone?
Yeah,
Oh.
it's a phone.
You wouldn't
It's
know.
more
As I say, I don't understand it.
It's a phone. It's like this, okay?
They don't
With
look
your
like a
Hello
phone.
Kitty
They don't look like a
up there.
phone. I'm still used to the one that hangs on the wall and you dial it.
Got a cord on it.
Yeah, I can
Not
go
one
walk
that
out the
you
yard
crank?
So that's basically it. So we're waiting on Jerry Kelly to get a sign made to put up, so we can have it up there at the bar. And, we had put like all of our,
With prices.
booth prices on that, so people will know.
A big,
Big one.
Is it a sign or a banner?
it's a sandwich board, like a big,
Yeah,
heavy
sandwich
sandwich board.
Yeah.
Where's
it's
it gonna be,
double-sided.
where's it gonna be put at?
It's gonna be like in the right of way in front of the bar. We want it there now, so people that are
Yeah.
going over to talk to Linda will see
Yeah.
our sign and our prices.
Yeah.
But Jerry's been really busy doing fire trucks, I guess, so.
I would say Atlanta Earth Fest, this way.
Yeah. So, it'd be nice to get some nice vendors
Or Atlanta Earth Fest on this side of the road.
Talking about public safety, obviously our security is, I assume will be the same as it's been in the past. What about our EMS service? I mean, how are we going to address that?
We're gonna talk to Corey.
Okay,
We're gonna talk to Corey, and Todd said he knows plenty of people to get us, we've got our own golf cart, but to get other ones up here and.
okay.
Do we have any medical supplies or anything, or would we have to purchase medical supplies from them to have them on the cart?
Well, when we contracted with, we used to pay Cicero, what, $500, $600, something like that, and they provided everything.
They'll
So
probably
I'm
not
sure
happen
we
again.
no, but we could talk to Cicero Township.
And have their medical
Yeah.
supplies or whatever cart
Yeah.
if necessary.
Yeah.
We can have Todd furnish some personnel maybe.
Yeah, Todd said that he should have no problem getting all that covered. I was hoping he'd be here tonight, but I think he's working.
It's probably
But I
one we
will
need to get.
follow up with him because I don't need to stay on him.
Yeah, that's one we probably need to get in place ahead of the game, just in case something falls through. So we definitely want that, medical.
I understand, I missed last meeting, so I understand that Andy lost his help, right?
That's correct.
Is Andy gonna have some help with trash around here during the Earth Festival, or how are we gonna do that? And I know there's an awful lot of trash,
It's us.
Uh,
That's us.
Yeah, we're gonna have to,
We go with him.
Yeah.
So,
We go with him in the
so we
trash
can
truck.
kind of volunteer to help him, you know.
Well, we do every year.
Oh,
We've
okay.
got it up on Facebook. I'm surprised no one has responded.
Responded
Hmm?
for what? Responded on what?
One, on the part-time help position.
Oh. Yeah,
First
keeping
job.
that job available.
Are we keeping that available? You We just don't,
Boy,
there's
his wife
gotta be
would do
somebody
so
around
good.
here.
He's got enough on his plate.
Not if I took this job, all that stuff on my plate would go away. Cause I can't be on the board. If I was to work somewhere else, then.
Everybody responsible that wants a part-time help. Think about it.
Yeah.
Mowing, plowing,
Yeah.
weed eating, that kind of stuff.
What about background?
Clean driving record and can pass a drug test. With the kid that we
Well,
had.
that'll eliminate
we
a
thought was
bunch.
Perfect.
Yeah.
There's a local kid we thought would be perfect, cause he's just a good old boy. I didn't mean that derogatory, I know you're related. He's just a good old boy. He's always like trying to make money, driving around in his truck, doing whatever.
You know, I gotta
He's
think
got a
about that.
horrible driving
We
record.
couldn't hire him anyway, me sitting on the board. Can't hire a relation.
I don't, yeah, that's right, that's
I
right.
never even thought about that.
I didn't
You
either.
know,
I don't
you
know
can't
if
do
it
that.
goes down to cousins or not, you'd do what, second cousins?
Yeah.
I don't know if it goes.
I don't think
it's that
goes
far.
down that far.
I mean, the only thing I could suggest, just because I know there's people looking, is, you know, through community corrections. And some of those guys need,
Would be willing to give second chances.
some of them need a second chance, but it depends on what the background is. and,
Yeah,
You know, anybody's capable of making a mistake.
Correct.
yeah.
Find that,
Then again,
that
we'd have-
right person.
You know who it is, and
Yeah.
they'll hire them and maybe related to me.
Every family,
None of them's related to
every,
me.
every family, man.
Who do we call about that?
I could send you a number. If nothing else, it may just give you a source when you have a problem like this and you truly are looking for somebody for a couple weeks or to get you through the mowing season, or I'm
This
just
is
trying to.
really just a whole part-time job.
I'm just kind of trying to throw some ideas out there. They may be a little fluid, but if you don't care that it's fluid, then,
Yeah, one weed eater is
Sometimes-
the same as another weed eater.
sometimes they come and go, right? I mean, so they may be,
Yeah.
they may be with us for a year, they may be with us for 6 months. Not to say that they couldn't keep the job, you know, afterwards, but a lot of times it's, and then truly, they have some people that are looking for a job. So they'll take it, because they need a job to be able to get out. Just an idea.
It is.
Good idea.
Great idea.
Good idea.
You know, as far as getting help, the only other thing that I offered was the probation crew, but they don't work on the weekend, so, I was just, as far as the assembly process,
Do boxes, do red boxes.
yeah.
Wouldn't object to that either. Get it, do it in together the weekend before possibly.
That was the only suggestion I had, just something that might help.
Put them things together in a day on, you know.
I think they already tried that though, for the boxes, didn't
You
you?
already tried it, right?
That's
Yeah,
not,
I
that's
don't-
not working out this
Do
year.
those guys have to be
Well, we were going to, but I don't
supervised,
think-
Brian?
I don't think it's gonna work out.
Okay.
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 What's
Do
that?
they have to be supervised?
They send people with them,
Yeah.
so they just have to have access. Someone to explain to them, this is what I want you to do.
So that's the ones that are
Probation,
probation.
yeah.
But community corrections, they're just a normal employee. They
They're just normal employees.
go back.
Two different groups.
When they clock out.
Oh,
So community service workers have to be supervised now? Through
They supervise them,
really?
yeah.
So-
They'll have a person with them.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
To make sure they're doing the work.
Typically, it's a probation officer, so they kind of keep them on the straight and narrow, if you will. We use them. We
Yeah,
use them in the parks.
We,
use
we used to use them and we quit using them, and whenever we used them, they just, you know, showed up, had the form, you know, they had so many hours and all that,
Yeah,
and we
no,
signed off on
they
it,
have
so we
a-
changed it over and
Yeah,
over.
they have a work crew, and it's a probation work crew, and you may have 10 people, you may have 15. And you kind of then give them an estimate of how much time you think it's gonna take, and they'll show up and they do the work and they leave.
We do that though too. Not all of our community service workers
Correct.
come from down there.
Yeah, you can get
I know
some
what you're
people
talking
that'll get
about.
sentenced
Yeah.
afterwards that need hours.
Yeah,
Pick
when
up
you have
trash.
those
Outside,
when you're done,
not,
yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
incarcerated, I'm
yeah,
not,
Right.
so these guys are incarcerated you're talking about?
No, no, they're just part of a supervised probation work crew.
So they'll get different type sentencing for probation and
Yeah,
community
they may,
service.
so some people will get community service as part of their sentence. 40 hours, 20 hours, whatever it
Those
is.
are the ones I've dealt
And
with.
then there's a probation work crew, so
Okay.
they may need to be supervised.
Okay.
And so we'll send somebody with them, and they have a central location, they pick them up in a van, and they deliver them and stay with them the whole day. And so those are just a couple ideas
Yeah, I'll send you a number and
that I'll send you a
I
number
kinda
on.
like the idea of giving somebody a second chance.
Like I said, some may work for you, some may
Depending on
not.
what they've done, yeah.
Right.
But I can tell you some of them truly need, they need a job.
Okay.
So maybe I'll get like,
Keep them out of trouble.
you might be able to get a 2-for-1. When do
Anything
you,
else?
when do you think that you're gonna know, I'm not trying to pry, but when do you think you may know on the medical side? Whether or not you would need some additional contacts or something
Okay.
to make that happen.
I'll get a hold of Todd tomorrow, he's probably at work right now.
You just are gonna have a short,
Yeah, it's getting close,
um, so.
6 weeks out.
We obviously have some contacts just from the music center, and that's all private as well.
Okay.
So we could probably help point you to some people, not that you have to use everybody we're using, but it will be a significant, I mean, if that's not in place, we will have to have a game plan on how we're going to deal with that.
Okay, I'll do it.
Could be interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's good for 10, 15 transports a year, roughly.
Yeah.
So,
Anything else, since
I-
we have you in the spotlight?
the only other question I have is any hour changes?
I did
Saturday-
tell you about Saturday.
Saturday, we're going till 8, correct? Anything other than that?
Allowing food vendors to set up on Thursday again this year.
Yeah.
That's.
Sunday, 6 or 5? And what time are you using as your official start time? 8, 9, 7?
9 is the official time,
Okay.
Supposedly.
whenever people get here, which is 7.
And so you'll have some
Seven.
early food on Thursday, but Friday,
Actually, there won't be any early food, I mean, they'll be setting up, but they
Yeah,
won't be selling.
that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Early people
Except
come
to
in
the
Thursday.
We won't need you Thursday.
But you're comfortable with us starting on Friday like we always do in the morning and being here all the way through?
Yeah,
Okay,
they might wanna drive through town a little bit more on Thursday night,
we'll make that happen.
cause there'll be other vendors setting up around town.
I honestly think that we had somebody on Thursday night last year. I gotta go back and look.
Probably did.
I'm pretty confident we did. Okay. Anything else for us? Would we be able to have access to the fire barn again? Is that cool?
Yep,
Say yes.
Okay.
see the problem with
Yeah,
that?
that's,
Jackson Township's not gonna be there.
no.
Right.
Actually, let's put them on trespass right now, can we do that?
Okay, so I'm assuming like, access and all that, we're good to go as far as getting in still? Okay,
It's back in my possession, so.
okay. I'm not trying to complicate it, we're just-
No, no.
That's kinda where we worked out of.
Yeah, and
Legitimate
it-
question.
That's fine, you know, I mean, that gives you guys a place that you can work out of, and there's restroom and things right there
Right.
for you guys to use, and, you know, you can come and go and schedule shifts or change, whatever you
Yeah.
do, give you a place to meet at or whatever, and that's fine.
Okay,
I don't see a problem with it. We have changed the locks and the code over, so they're not the same as they have been in the past, so we'll
I
get
might have
that
to get with
information
one
to
of
you.
you to,
Yeah, we'll get that information to you, or keys, or however they wanna do it.
yeah, door codes sufficient, that's, I'll get it when we're offline.
This really isn't a festival question, but it's on my mind, so I'm gonna ask it.
While nothing's being recorded.
Wi-Fi at the fire station.
We need to talk about that.
Yeah, because, and I don't know, it's not a big deal, but people access that. I mean, we have
It's
citizens.
not protected?
Evidently not, because we have people drive over there and use their Wi-Fi.
There's somebody pulled in the drive sitting there
Well,
They
today.
do it.
I don't know who's paying the Wi-Fi right now. I wanna get everything on
And that's why
Endeavor.
I wanted to ask you, I didn't know, I know with her, I know she's transferring a lot of these bills and things, I've noticed some of our email correspondence.
None of those bills are in our name though. They're still under the territory name, so I'm just sending it to the attorney.
Question.
I can answer.
Okay.
That, the only one that I know of is secure, it's us,
Just you guys,
yeah.
and that may be the only one, I don't know.
That's the only one I know of in there.
Over
You
there.
never know with
I've
her.
seen
That's a police, that's a
individuals.
police Wi-Fi, it's coming through Helms County Sheriff's Department.
The one individual was actually standing in the front yard with her phone.
She was probably Pokemon.
Pokemon.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The second one was.
Cause you
pulled around
you have to
parked.
have, you have to be part of our network and credentials to get, like electronic
Maybe I'm
credentials.
just speculating.
Yeah,
And it's-
Pokemon is a big thing now.
And it
They
really
even
only
go in their
works on the
cars
back
and do
door,
it.
at the back. So
Maybe that's what they're
on the
doing.
front, it doesn't, it's on the back. That's why you always see the car sitting on the back
I
side.
mean, you can take your phone and go over there and try to get on the internet, and normally it'll pull up if you wanna use this Wi-Fi and see if it's Wi-Fi available.
Okay. That was your
So I can,
question.
that one I can answer for
Okay,
you.
okay.
So they,
Well, I tried that, and my phone doesn't show anything.
You probably don't have internet on yours.
It's not on a Hello Kitty flip phone.
yeah.
Man,
It's
I'm
on a
missing out.
smartphone.
I ain't found one
That one
Pokemon
I
either.
I can assure you.
Do you have the
I've
game?
never even seen another
No, I got a flashlight and a
access
plug.
point over there. It's on the back walls where it's at.
I know they'll pull around over here on the east side of the building.
Yeah, if you, on the south side is where our guys would be at, about next to that main
You
door.
sure they're not trying to hide from somebody?
I've seen
There might be another Wi-Fi server in there, because I see a lot of them pull up right in front of the overhead doors, pulling, stop. And then where this lady was at today, she was parked right there long ways, she parked long ways in front of the doors and was just sitting there.
I'll
It
send.
wasn't a green Suburban by chance, was it?
No, it was a little dark blue, mid-sized car.
This is
Maybe
an
they-
older green Suburban. that I
Being
didn't see.
nice and talking on their phone and not driving at the
Well,
same
I could
time,
do
or
too.
texting and not driving at the same time.
What world do you live in? Nobody does that.
I'll send one of our guys to scan it, but, I'm about 100% confident that's the only thing that's over there.
Okay. Just curious.
I don't text and drive. I can talk and drive, but I don't text and
And
drive.
you're okay with the same traffic plan, so if I do the same thing again,
Yeah, do we need a map? Do we need,
yeah.
he's got a connection. What do we do?
Yeah.
Do you have a connection that helps us with that one map that?
Yeah, that you want to print, put in for the water bills or whatever. Do we have any changes?
We're talking about the maps and the maps that we hand out, right?
Right.
Well,
I could probably send you we had a lot of changes last year. I could probably send that, the last one, and then you could tell me what you want
okay,
changed.
yeah.
There might be just a change in the sponsor area, I think, other than that.
Is the lady across the road here, she won't have access to trash cans and things of that nature?
Yeah. We put somebody with the trash truck, so.
Yeah.
No, we've had that covered for the past
Now,
couple
I
of
knew
years.
we had last year, but I didn't know,
Last year, we had some of the reserve, or the officers were up here, or going with us on the trash route and picking up trash, and
We
firemen, and
We stopped that problem. That should have gone away now, I think.
Was it last year she showed up for the meeting and complained that she had a truckload or whatever of trash?
that was a year or so before, wasn't it?
2 years ago, man.
2 years,
It's been
maybe.
2 years.
I think the only thing we had last year was after everything was done over, then somebody had drug some over there and threw it in the corner of the liquor store property, and that was after the fact.
a lot of them left it right there on the side of the road, I've seen.
Yeah,
You know, if it's over, we just leave it, you know, it's on the private property.
oh, it was the bathrooms last year. I know she came to complain.
Missed
You're
it.
not keeping bathrooms close.
Any word on your ATMs? Any contact with,
Yeah, we've already,
Vendors.
we've already,
I know that's not a big moneymaker, but it's kind of important that we have ATMs here, so.
yeah, we're
folks can
going with
get
the same
cash.
company.
Okay.
So we'll have featured on the maps and all that.
Yeah, 'cause a lot of vendors like cash instead of
Yeah,
anything
and
else.
that's just,
Food drive, we met with Nancy Chance, and she was really nice, and she said all she expects is for us to advertise that, we're having a food drive. She said, don't expect a lot of food to be brought in, but they are gonna have the barrels in the different areas, they take care of everything. So, all we need to do is advertise. She said she just wants to get the word out, so.
Have we been,
Step up.
go ahead, Fred, I'm sorry, go
No,
ahead.
I said just hopefully people will step up and donate some things.
Have we been in contact with the Hamilton County Health Department on requirements for the food vendors to check see if anything has changed? I know that one year, we had the big fiasco where they quit coming on site and they had to be inspected or approved beforehand and all that, and then have their permit. And then last year, the lady, whoever was in charge, I can't remember, sent out emails to everybody to remind us that what was required by them for the food vendors.
We,
and-
on our,
Someone Facebook about that or
so we
someone.
probably should, on our applications, we put in there, a bit about the health department, that's what it's on there.
Is there-
As far as vendors on private property, we usually do a newsletter before festival too, and send that out and remind people, if you have a food vendor on your property, they need to be.
Yeah, 'cause I think we had a couple shut down last year. Yeah.
So we'll maybe send a reminder closer to the festival, give them plenty of time to get to the health department to get the permits, but possibly, reminder to all of them, even private vendors and our vendors.
Maybe we can send a map or whatever. Just save her. Postage.
But our vendors are all aware of that now. aren't they?
Yes.
I mean, they're- that has to be-
The health department is coming up inspecting. That permit ain't there. We had the fiasco that first year, that changed. That was,
Right there.
yeah. Couldn't get a hold of nobody was answering any phones, and
They were all on
They were all-
vacation.
they were shutting them down. They wanted them pulled out of the festival.
10 o'clock in the morning.
Didn't Mark step in on that one too?
Ryan did. I got hold of Ryan and said, hey,
You were there, but.
Poor Ryan had to.
Ryan was there and there was 3 health department people
And the
there
3
saying, we can't do
well,
nothing. Barry's
a
not in,
couple
we
of
can't get him, he's fishing.
The women would've helped out, but it was the guy named Larry that was being biggest pain.
He wouldn't do nothing and they were
That's
shut
right.
down.
Did you
and-
end up having to call one of them?
He got a hold of somebody. He called Mark Airbrand, because he called Mark and Mark called, I talked to Mark after that, so.
We had to call 3 of them, then we finally got hold of Dr. Harris, who was the president of the health board, and it took a minute.
It all worked out luckily in our favor and the
We
vendors
got it all
got to
to work
stay.
out, and then that's when we had to change it and make sure they were sending emails and all that.
Yeah, because supposedly you guys got an email.
Well, everybody, the last time when that first took place, the lady, and I don't remember her name, down at the health department, she was notifying she had all of our email addresses and sent it to all the council members.
Afterwards.
Yeah, we got that
After
fixed
that got
afterwards.
resolved, so I don't know, I'm sure she probably that list probably hasn't been updated at the health department now that we got 5 members instead of 3, so they probably are unaware of that. Somebody might need to notify them of the additional members and make sure that they still have correct, updated information emails for us. I don't wanna lose any vendors because somebody missed getting a permit, especially a food vendor.
Absolutely.
Especially when they're right on Main Street.
We don't know whatever became of him. He was a good
It's
vendor.
such a,
Who's that?
Yeah, I can imagine getting those few vendors off of Main Street in the middle of Earth Fest.
Well, If I was a food vendor and they threw me out of the festival, I'd be bound and determined I wouldn't wait until the end of the festival to get my stuff. I'd want it right now and then. You're gonna throw me out, I'm leaving, and I'm leaving with my stuff. I'm not gonna leave sit there all weekend, so I'd have wanted some way of getting it out. Couldn't blame the guy. I'm glad it got resolved and say,
Yeah,
Ryan, Ryan got a lot of phone calls back. Hey, where are you at? Can you come up here?
Obviously, no train running this year. She didn't run to the
Nope.
state fair this year, so I think that's done for the time being.
Does that mean the caboose too, you think?
They told me that the caboose would be up here, but that was before.
I
that
bet.
was before
They
the
can't even
signs.
get it out of the yard because it's locked.
Yeah.
There's locks on the tracks.
Port authorities stop all because of that agreement.
So.
They won't let them out.
There's, yeah, there's, I can't imagine how they're gonna get it here unless they're down there with it. I mean, it's scary.
That was meant
well, I wanna
be
see
like-
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Hey, Glenn's on the board, he'll get it done.
Yeah.
You guys just don't know him.
All his money. Thousands of dollars.
We do have the flying toasters, they're on
Flying toaster.
What do you guys heard that?
Is that the 8 o'clock, is that the late one?
No, they can only do an afternoon show, so we went in and took them.
I might say.
The late one's Rodney Carrington though, Up in Smoke, the one that came in the tour bus.
Yeah.
He's the last one on Saturday.
Yeah, so,
Dude, I know that might get you a little bit. They have a lot of name value.
yeah. So, Hunter Smith, Hunter Baby called and.
Priced himself out of a job, didn't he?
He's not a team player.
Huh?
He's not a team player.
He's a nice guy, but he didn't help us out. We were trying to help him out.
We're gonna be on Hamilton County TV again, right? So, do you want autographs?
Are we booked up solid for the stage now? Or do
We've
we have
got,
open
we've got
spots?
2 hours that are open, 1 hour on Saturday morning, and then we've got an hour on Sunday evening. But, there's these young boys that have started a band, and we're gonna go ahead and kind of look at them maybe to close us out on Saturday.
You mean Sunday?
Sunday, I mean, yeah. Saturday morning, we have the cloggers, but, I do have another group that, I could possibly get for that hour on Saturday morning, so. Our stage guy is coming back. He will be good this year.
He's fine. Yeah, he was okay, like,
Yeah.
he wasn't,
What about parking? Have you guys figured that out yet?
As far as,
Out there at the subdivision? I don't know, that'd probably be a question for Andy, because he's the one who talks to the property owner out there.
yeah.
And right
We're
now,
watching this woman drive through the grass at the park and unload bags of trash out of her van into our trash can.
really,
Uh-huh. Yep, she's parked her in the grass right now.
Might be running a shuttle too, Ryan.
I swear.
this little band that Jennifer was talking about with those kids.
What is wrong with people?
Different show.
Go ahead,
She's
Ron,
not
I'm
throwing
sorry.
in the park. The one of the little kids the teenagers that she was talking about, the main guy is the nephew to Rob Thomas from Matchbox 20. It's his uncle.
really.
They're a good little
Yes.
band.
Yeah.
So,
That's, if we got empty spaces, maybe we can have amateur area, certain time we could put amateur bands up there and have some of the local
We
people
thought
come
about
in
doing
and do
something
that.
on Friday night.
That'd be
having
pretty-
A
something.
talent show or,
Yeah.
a variety show.
Oh,
Well, I tell you what, there's like open stage, that's, I'm telling you, there's a lot of good people that can play some serious good music. I've heard them. You never hear about them until you go to one of these places that have open stage.
Right.
You don't never hear
Mike
about
Mike Fluke's pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
James Wright at Arcadia. James Wright.
Really?
James Wright plays, oh, yeah.
So when do you think you're gonna know on the trolley or the tram or whatever you wanna call it?
It's really, we need to get a hold of,
You might as well give up on that. They can't even pick up trash or do anything out there.
we'll get a hold of them.
I'll send them an
It's in my
email.
report, I would say the likelihood of that is,
To see if
Well, we
they're-
really need to have a meeting with them.
Yeah, we do.
And then the same thing would go on the parking, just because they didn't show up on Saturday morning, and that was a big problem
Oh,
for us.
yeah.
Oh.
Yes, that's right.
So we really need to talk to the firemen, our firemen, about parking out there, and the baseball, the orange about parking out there, because they're not gonna get one load. But, yeah, that was a huge mess.
We need to get somebody committed to the parking out there because that's a big help
Well, I've
for
thought about that
the,
too.
you know, traffic jams and everything else to get that traffic flowing.
It's huge.
And having some out there putting people in there, that's a lot of parking. There's a lot of parking spaces in that
I
field.
mean, that's a big deal
Oh, yeah, it is.
for your fire guys.
Yeah.
Just gonna take some, we obviously will get them in off the street, but it's gonna take some guys to park.
Absolutely.
I wanna say they normally have like 4 or 5, a couple people taking money and a couple people parking. So I don't know how
We
many.
need somebody to conduct it.
What else? What calls?
Let's start the next meeting.
Go over and turn that clock to 7 and go ahead and start it.
Be nice, yeah.
We go by that clock, not anybody's watch.
White clock.
I hear a motion to adjourn the festival meeting.
I make a motion we adjourn the festival meeting.
Second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.